All right, Shalom. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahweh Shai, Baal Shem, Rakab Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and to all the actors across the globe. Pushing the word of truth and sincerity, I want to say Shalom. Salakia. Salakia. This is going to Deuteronomy 28 and 43, the curses. I'm going to read down because they all pretty much tie in together from 43 to 48. Deuteronomy 28 and 43 says, the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Okay? And if you look up in our, you look in our communities, wherever Jake dwell, they tend to say that we are poor and impoverished. But if we're so impoverished, why do we have all these businesses in our community, which are heathens, which are Ishmaelites and Elamites and Moab and Ammon, okay? And they are above very high. Why? Because they're in a position to sell us things. They're in a seat of power and strength. All right. You go into these establishments as an Israelite, you're gonna be followed around. You're gonna be spoken to very rude. All right. You're gonna have your change snatch out your money, snatch out your hand. You're gonna have the NW wearing tight clothes and lipstick, shaking her ass to the music in front of Ishmael. Okay? Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. And that's what's happening. You have these banks set up in our communities. For the ones, for the few that's still left. I know just down the street they closed one, but there's plenty of banks in Jake neighborhood, man, to be honest. Or very accessible to Jake's neighborhood, adjacent to Jake's neighborhood. It might be on a so-called more peaceful street, like on Halsted, or we have a couple, Halsted and 79th down the ways a bit, and there's different little avenues and locations, but nonetheless they're in Jake neighborhoods. They're in Jake's surroundings and vicinity. These payday loan stores, which they have, Jake working there. But the establishment is owned by these heathens, man. It says, he shall be the head. Fuck you. He said, he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. So no matter how far you try to run, no matter how much wealth you've amassed or attained, no matter what level in society, so to speak, that we have reached, the end result is that you're going to be overtaken by these curses. And ultimately, the curse is death. Death is undefeated, man. The grave is undefeated. Okay? All right, so the scripture talk about curse going in and curse going out. You look at Jake. I was just watching a documentary, so to speak, or interview with three former NFL players, And I would watch them on Sunday and watch them perform their art, their craft, and to sit down and hear them talk about the things that they were going through off the field, let you know that they were Israelites, man, being taken advantage of by their agents and by people who want to pitch commercials and business opportunities to them. Okay, to the end where some of them went broke. They had no idea what money management was. Had no idea about a percentage of taxes being taken out. Okay, all these are curses that no matter where you go, they're going to be pursuing you. Verse 46. They shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So you want to know who an Israelite is? All right, look at their life. Don't look at the so-called color of the pigment of the skin. Okay, look at their spirit and look at the things that they are going through. An Israelite cannot be hid, man. You go to these other nations, and and Lord willing, I'm gonna find an article where I believe with Elam, they had a group of people who they ridiculed and who were scourging and put them away from the main population of the people. I forget. I mean, I don't want to butcher it, but it basically came down to because they were different, as in their spirit was different. They would beat them. All right, they would ridicule them and push them to the outskirts of town. Hey, that lets you know that they're Israelites, man. All right, you look around the globe and see who's being ridiculed, and see whose neighborhoods are downtrodden. And who's being hated upon, man. You know, it's a good chance that they're going to be Israelites. All right, you can't escape the curses, man. All right, even if you look like Blake Griffin, okay. Even if you look like Drake, okay. Even if you look like a speckled bird, these curses are going to pursue you, man. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he had destroyed thee. All right. So the Lord has sent our enemies against us, man. We were taken on the transatlantic slave trade. All right, to the to different parts of the utmost parts of the world, to serve in bondage over in Europe, on the islands, in the Americas. All right. Every nation that we've been subjected to has a record of having the Israelites in captivity. And in those places, guess what? We have to go to them. I'm gonna take it here in America. It's the only place I've lived. All right. There are not many black-owned stores out here, and if they are, Jake's so fucking brainwashed into fashion and into name brands that they won't even support, their local Israelite establishment. Okay, and I've never seen a so-called black grocery store in the hood. Not a grocery store like nothing like a Whole Foods or even an Aldi, man. Okay? So these curses are going to cleave to us no matter what until Yahweh Shemiah Shai comes back. All right? And it says, in the one of all things, man, we have to go to these other nations for everything. All right? Unless you go on to Harold's or Jerk Villa. But don't get me wrong, we got a lot of good Jake spots here. Okay, but there's more heathen spots, man. You know, because for one, Jake food costs a little bit more. Or you can go get you a go get you some JJ's or some Sharks where the food is cheap and high in cholesterol and grease and fat. You know? So that's just what it is, man. Until Yahweh Shai Shai come back, we're gonna be subjected to these curses. And with that, I'm gonna say, Call Allah, Yahweh Shai Shai, the honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Until next time, Shalom.